White dot! White dot! No! I need to go back to Skytown! I see that. There it is. 100% of all pickups acquired. Special ending unlocked. Complete the game to view this ending. Control terminal commands the Leviathan. Operate terminal to gain control of the Leviathan. Target appears to be a portion of the Leviathan's core, invulnerable to all weaponry. Leviathan optical organ. Target appears to be sensitive to any type of weapon fire. Objective completed.
Samus, we have gained control of the Leviathan. Now we'll be able to open a wormhole and warp to Phaaze. It's time to end this. Once you rendezvous with the fleet, we'll head straight into the belly of the beast. I look forward to fighting alongside you again, Samus. Godspeed.
Ah, I just have to go there. Okay. Should have done this earlier. That's okay. Let's go.
Take heed, Samus. Once you join the fleet and the wormhole to Phaaze is opened, there is no turning back. Please be sure to prepare yourself. We will...
Whoops. But yes, we're done. That's it says, please be sure to prepare yourself. I didn't read the whole text, and that's why I accidentally hit 1 too early. Because, yeah, this is the no turning back point. If we go there, we can't get anything else. So, yeah. Definitely, if you're going for 100%, get it before you go, because you cannot go back. That's why I was so worried. I was like, I know I can't turn back if I get to the end of the game. I hope it'll let me pause when I get to the other end, because there is something critical I have to say. And, well, you'll see. You'll see why I want to pause.
Sir, Samus's ship has joined the fleet.
Thank you, Ensign. Leviathan Command, you are clear to fire the portal beam. Once the wormhole is open, order all ships to enter.
Affirmative, Admiral. Message to all ships. Prepare for entry. Maintain battle formation timeless.
Remember, this thing is so ridiculously far away that that the Chozo thought that their probe had been lost entirely with the one that found this place. So... I'm sure those are space pirate ships, because we do know that the space pirates brought the AU all the way out here. Objective completed. I have 100 pickups. Is it possible to see... Nope. I'm gonna just set it down here. Alright. So if you count at the top of the screen, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 energy tanks. It is impossible to get through the game without picking up at least one of them, because there's one that you cannot miss on the first ship. But... the entire planet is made of Phaaze, and so it's kind of overloading us. So here's what we do to work with that. Press A to vent energy tanks. Venting energy tanks. Due to critical levels of internal Phaaze corruption, the emergency vent override has been triggered by the PED suit. All acquired energy tanks have been vented to temporarily prevent total corruption. So, here's what it did. It made a bar at the top of the screen. The bar... Okay, here. Hyper mode weapons no longer require the extinguishing of an energy tank to use. You are now permanently in hyper mode. Unfortunately, this vent override can no longer be used. Damage, as well as exposure to Phaaze's atmosphere, will continue to raise your Phaaze level. Your Phaaze level is shown as a yellow bar at the top of the HUD. If your Phaaze level fills completely, you will die. That is not entirely true. What it is, and this is the same as for getting Phaaze corruption normally with the red bar. So, with the red bar, it is 150 units to the top. You only spent 100 to get it, but it's 150 units. If you have, if it fills up and you start getting Phaaze on corruption, you have 5 seconds to vent it down to 95, which is not that hard, because it's only 150 at top. This bar ranges from 199 for the total number of energy if you got one energy tank, the one you can't skip, to 1499, which is what I have. And if it fills up all the way, I have 10 seconds to vent it down to 95. If I only got one energy tank, that's pretty easy. I got 14 energy tanks and it doesn't care. It doesn't care. It says, you have to get it down to 95. That is totally impossible to do it in 10 seconds. Totally impossible. There's nothing you can do to get from 1499 to 95 in 10 seconds. But you can still spend Phaaze on. Species identified. Glowstem, bioluminescent plant life that contains high radiation readings. Structure appears to be some sort of cocoon. Its outer membrane seems to be quite durable. The pulsing spores of this fungus emit the scent of decay. No profile matches in databank. Gunship no longer identifies you as Samus due to near total corruption. Access to ship is not permitted. Massive tentacles grow from deep within the planet's surface. They appear semi-sentient. Crystallized Phaaze has hardened over time, but appears vulnerable to explosive blasts. Door has low-level energy shield. Any weapon fire can disrupt the shield and open the door. Item identified. Small anti-Phaaze unit. Absorbs 25 units of Phaaze. Black Phaaze crystals have hardened over time, vulnerable to heavy blasts. The hardened exterior of black Phaaze crystals is resistant to normal attacks. These structures will form naturally over time in areas with high amounts of Phaaze. It is commonly mined by space pirates for use in producing trooper armor, but loses its darkened appearance in the process. If we have too much Phaaze, target identified. Metroid egg, completely saturated with Phaaze. Faint life signs detected within. Phaaze door. Phaaze doors appear to be organic maws contained within a thin layer of Phaaze energy. Disrupting the energy with Phaaze-based attacks will cause the maw to open and allow you to pass through. Phaaze tendrils will tangle anything that gets too close, but can't grab smooth surfaces. A cluster of large crystals has grown through the cavern wall, vulnerable to explosive blasts. Morphology, Tangleweed, becomes agitated on contact, or retreats into ground if threatened. A simple form of plant life, of which there are many species across many worlds. While each breed may have characteristics native to their respective ecology, they all possess identical behavior. Tangleweeds constantly sway their brightly colored leaves to attract potential prey to land on them. The thousands of microscopic barbs lining the tangleweed's body will snare and inject a paralyzing toxic into their victim. While small organisms are unable to escape, tangleweeds lack the strength to do anything more than hinder the movement of larger life forms. When attacked, they will retreat into the ground until they no longer sense a threat. Growths feed off Phaaze lightning discharges, but will overload if too much energy is received. Phaaze mass has a hardened shell, sustained by surrounding growths. Destroying them may damage it. Morphology, Phaaze Puffer, absorbs Phaaze energy from nearby bioforms to power its own attacks. This particular breed of puffer has been heavily mutated by exposure to Phaaze, giving it strange new abilities. As it flies, it searches the area for Phaaze energy to consume. The puffer will absorb this energy out of any nearby bioform and energize itself. The puffer will then use the energy to fire a powerful attack back at their target. This ability comes with a price. The Phazon energy reprising their body is rather unstable and is easily disrupted by any type of weapon fire. Ma has been destroyed. Fleshy mass appears to be part of a much larger organism. Exposed membrane is a small section of a nest, which contains hundreds of juvenile Metroids. Creature's optical organ is vulnerable to shots, but is being protected by a thick plating. Plating protects antenna. Only when the plating is open will the antenna be vulnerable. Bioform species unknown. Mouth interior appears vulnerable. Damage it to loosen its grip. Hardened Phazon is covering an opening. An explosive blast may be able to shatter it. Serpentine organ serves as a Leviathan womb. Tissue on these sides looks like it could be torn off. Ciel is covering a lower chamber. Phazon is emanating from below. A strong explosion could damage it. These husks are identical to the bioform you encountered within the crater on Talon 4. The sides of the organ have been ripped off. The Leviathan infant within is now vulnerable. Yep, I died. How do you kill the Leviathan infant? I have to redo the whole planet. That's how this works. me down. Let me down. Come on, go down. Good, it keeps the scans. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Oh, this is much better than using missiles. Killed me. Aha, that's what I figured. Okay, how do you kill the Leviathan infant? That's my question, because it's not hitting. Okay, it's on both. It's on each side of the organ. Okay, that's what's going on. There we go. Ah. That was helpful. Let's go.